Hello everyone, thank you all for tuning in and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much. Today we're going to be making something fun. These I know you would have been guessing it looks like meat pies or fish pies, but no. Today we're making something different. I just decided to switch up things a little bit. For this, I had to use some shrimps and some veggies. Look at how savory inside looks, and even outside, the dough looks so flaky and so soft, and the taste is unspeakable. Believe me, if you prepare this for your friends and your guests, you are gonna wow them and they'll be asking for more. So let's cook. So what we have here is shrimps. I'm just going to take out the shell and devein the shrimps and make sure they're clean. So after cleaning them, I'm going to take each one and just slice it into two. But feel free to use your food processor to process it a little bit. So over here I have all the ingredients. I have the shrimp, I have some salt, 1 egg, KNORR cube, garlic and onions. I have flour that I'm going to be using and heavy cream, chopped potatoes, some chopped carrots, spring onions, like I said, garlic and onions. So I just prepped all this and the cooking process begins. Over here in my pot, I have about 3 tablespoons oil. I'm going to be adding that. I'm going to be adding some onion and garlic to that. And half Scotch bonnet pepper. I just put it whole because I'm going to take it out since it's going to be too hot, spicy. So right now I'm just adding the shrimps briefly. I'm going to let that fry for about 2 minutes. I'm just cooking it halfway because I'm still going to cook it again. And I took it out of the oil. Right now I am incorporating the potatoes. And I'm adding some water to that. And some salt. Salt tends to bring all the flavor together, and KNORR cube as well. Don't worry, I'm gonna crush that, it's gonna melt at the end of the day. And now I'm adding some carrots. So I'm just gonna let that cook for about 5 minutes before adding my spring onions. And at this point I'm bringing my half-cooked shrimp. Then this is my thickener, the flour. I added some water to it. Now it's time for the mixing of the dough. So in my bowl I just put some flour and salt. This is a different style of making this shrimp pies. I just added 2 spoons of baking powder and some nutmeg. So I'm just going to mix all the dry ingredients together, and I'm adding 1 egg as well. This is my heavy cream that I'm going to be adding. So for this recipe I'm not using butter, as you can see. So instead of butter, I'm adding my heavy cream. My heavy cream takes the place of the milk and the butter. So So I'm going to mix that together. Till it forms into a dough. Now it's done. I'm just going to use my hand to work on it, as you can see. So after kneading the dough, I'm going to let it rest for about 5 minutes before I start rolling. So I'm using my rolling pin to roll out my dough, and I'm just going to use my cutter to slice it to the shape that I want. Just like that. So at this point, I just added the filling into the dough, and I'm going to be closing it, and I'll just use a fork. First off, I'll slice the edges that are rough, and I'll use a fork to press it down in order to close it. So at least at this point, you must have seen the difference. I used shrimp instead of meat or chicken or fish, and I mixed the dough in a different way. Instead of just using butter and flour and putting it in the fridge and bringing it out, I had to do it in a totally different way. Believe me, try it this way and you will love it. So right now, my dough, my pies are set. I'm just putting them on my tray, and I'm gonna grease that with some egg wash. So as you can see, I used the fork to bore some holes on the pies to enable them to breathe while they are baking in the oven. And I'm gonna take this into the put this into the oven for about 30 minutes at 350 degrees. So after 30 minutes, it's my pleasure to present to you this cute little attractive deliciousness. These cute little pies, they just look so cute and yet so delicious. Believe me. So I want to say a big thank you to all of you who have watched to this point. Look at that. So savory and so yummy. Trust me, try this and let me know the outcome. Thank you so much. Feel free to share my videos among your friends and loved ones, okay? And I hope to see you soon in another video by God's grace. Leave your comments. If you have any questions, feel free, okay, to leave your comments below. God bless you. Hopefully, I'll see you in my next video by God's grace. Bye bye for now.